Um, Hi. How is your guys' day going? I hope it's going completely freaking fantastic. Um, as you've seen on title, forget that. Why am I so subscribed to the guy? I haven't watched him since I was a little baby. Don't unsubscribe from him. Heck yeah. So when I think of watching today, I don't really have a plan thing to do today. Um, hmm. Yeah, I don't really know what my plan is today. Pretty sure chat should be working. I'm not scared of that at all. Berry cherry. Pretty yummy. Sponsor me. It's good. Ooh. Mm. Mm. I think. Okay. I just found out what we're going to be watching because I just had an idea. Um. So today this is not going to be the only video we're watching. His name is Rudy. I think his other channel is Birdie. There might be some swear words and some weird stuff. Let me just scan through this real quick. Okay, I like it. Share screen. Boom. Block it.
School rules, bro. They make absolutely no sense. Tell me why I can't wear a hat or a hood in school, but the furry can just pop to school in a fursuit and no one questions it. It's
so at my school, it's not really a thing. You can wear hats, hoodies, whatever. They just don't want you to. It's not forced at all. It's just,
under the guise that they're
they just wanna
expressing
see your
themselves.
face.
Like, what sense does that make? I guess the whole point of this rule, the hats and hoods rule, is basically to say that we cannot identify students who wear hats and hoods.
I always thought that was dumb too when they first said that, because you just tell by my face and what I wear every day. Because I kind of wear the same hoodie every day. Kind of depends. And I think it's dumb how they say that, and that's the reasoning. I'm so happy my school doesn't do that, so I can listen to my earbuds in class. Oh yeah, these are the kind I use. Raycon. All right.
But yet you allow someone to wear a whole ass fursuit to school? Yeah, makes total sense. So yeah, as you can see, that's one of the many dumb school rules. There's so many more though.
I mean, if they look suspicious or anything, that kind of makes sense. But in a sense that like, what am I trying to say? In a sense of like, I want to see your face, blah blah blah. I think that's a little weird. And I think it's kind of awkward. They just like tell you to put it down, you put it down. It's just awkward now.
List goes on and on. I mean, we're basically in solitary confinement for 7 hours in a day. Like, goddamn. And I think this is where we start with the no eating and no drinks.
Again, my school's completely fine with this. Eating and drinking just kind of depends on the class. So, like gym class, they don't want you to wear or not wear. They don't want you to. What am I trying to say? They don't want you to like drink anything with sugar or eat unless you ask. But anything like that
in class. Are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me that I'm not going to be able to quench my thirst or eat food in the middle of class? Like, what if I'm hungry? Like, what am I going to do then?
All my teachers get it. If it's water, just like, oh yeah, it's water. Okay, go ahead. Oh, into soda, kind of depends. Kind of depends which teacher. They're like, oh yeah, go ahead. Some district teachers don't want you. I just had pizza today in class. They don't really care.
Actually, you need to wait till lunch. Well, wouldn't they want you to be more focused? So I'm not trying to focus on me being hungry. Like, hell no. Nah. It got to the point in middle school, like where we started a whole ass petition to get snacks in class. It was crazy. I don't know what it was with some teachers, but some teachers were just brazy. I don't know what it was. They were just like, yeah, you can't drink water in my classroom. Or if you do,
oh yeah, that's dumb. That is like super, super dumb. You're not allowed to drink water in my class. Yeah, that's a dumb statement to say. Or, because if you're doing that, you're just kind of forcing other people to not drink water as you're drinking water. Because I bet they're not following their own rules. Had teachers that ate in class, and we couldn't. So I think that's dumb.
Out of the classroom. Huh? What? Like, what can I even do in this person's classroom then? Like, I really got to stay 10 toes to figure out, like, if I'm breaking any rules. And next thing you know, you just, like, look at your phone, like, you glance at it for a second, and you get kicked out of class. Like, in this person's classroom, there's no breathing room. Like, you're done.
Wait,
like, it's get kicked out of class. You know, you then. Like, I really got to stay 10 toes to figure out, like, if I'm breaking any rules. And next thing you know, you just, like, look at your phone, like, you glance at it for a second, and you get kicked out of class. Like,
I am pausing a lot, but I think that the phone policy is a little dumb. It should be more lenient on like study halls, lunch, anything like that. I feel like they should be more lenient on there. I'm not saying that like you should always be able to use phones. No, I think you shouldn't be able to use phone in actual academic. I'm gonna make sure I'm not. I'm sounding fine, I think. Let me hold on. Let me stop sharing real quick. Let me pull up my live stream on a different tab, just to see if I'm not muted. I just want to make sure. I should always just make sure of this every time. It's not what I meant to do. Excuse me. Okay, I'm good. Just had to make sure because last time I tried streaming, you won't see it because I deleted it. But last time on streaming, what's it called? I was muted, so just kind of didn't see. But it's fine now. We're good.
In this person's classroom, there's no breathing room. Like, you're done. Like, as soon as you do something that they remotely disagree with, at least a little bit. Or if you even say something they disagree with, gone. You know what I mean? Like, there's no winning with them. One time, bro, got kicked out of class because my mask wasn't above my nose for like, I don't know, 2 minutes.
That's COVID times, though. That's COVID times. Hold on, my hair done. Cause why not? Cause I want my hair done. Cause why not? Cause I want my hair done. Cause why not? I do think that. What was he saying? Oh god, I gotta look what he was saying. That's my bad.
With gone. You know what I mean? Like there's no
Oh, the mask thing. I think the mask thing was, I mean, that made sense of the time of 2020 and 2021. But now, if they're still doing those rules like that, I don't think that's really necessary because it's kind of like the cold now. The whole COVID thing. It's kind of like a cold. Like, you get used to it, you know, you're not gonna die from it.
with that.
Maybe.
One time, bro, I kid you not, I got kicked
There's
out of
still
class
people
because
dying to the COVID-19 every day, but it's not as common as 2020 and 2021.
my mask wasn't above my nose for like, I don't know, 2 minutes. Like, what the fuck is it? At this point, I was like, shit, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Those masks were super freaking uncomfortable too. Absolutely horrible. I hated those masks. I couldn't even I couldn't really breathe in those masks. But, you know, it was fine though.
Good. I don't care. I'm going to eat breakfast anyway. Like, it really was crazy what some teachers were doing. And I hated it the most when teachers would treat you like you're in elementary school. Like, Jimmy, you know I said no games in class. Jimmy can do whatever the hell he wants, all right? Like, you know, if the
no games in class, I can get that. To a point, though. You know, to a point, I can get that. Like, in the actual, like, again, an actual academic class like math, and stuff. But in like study hall, where you're all caught up with your work and all that, I don't think it's really that necessary, you know? I just kind of don't think it's really necessary.
treat him like he's in elementary school. Jimmy is 18 years old. Bro is a full functioning adult. He does not need some old lady to tell him not to play games on his computer. Like, that's up to Jimmy.
But middle school versus high school, there's a difference. In middle school, you pull that game for 1 second, and they're just gonna like kick you out of the room, basically. In high school, they do not care. You could be failing every class, you do not care. I'm not failing every class. My grades are pretty good. Just saying, if you are, they'll give you a little like, hey, work on your grade, man, and you just go back to games.
Up to you. Like, he's an adult now.
Like, you're going
bro,
to
who's gonna stop?
Like, you're going into adulthood, and they're not really gonna be all blah blah blah.
Stop me from playing Run 3, bro.
They're not as much on your back than middle school.
don't care. I'm a full-grown adult now. They can't do shit, bro. Now, this next rule, it's fair in some circumstances, like the no talking rule. Yeah, sure, it is kind of rude to talk during lectures, but sometimes
Yeah, I get that. Talking during lectures. One of my teachers have a rule, no talking while they're talking, while they're in the talking place. It's a little weird, but yeah.
teachers would just say, like, no talking at all, even if they're not talking, and they're just like, I'll wait. You're gonna be waiting for a long ass time. I'll tell you that, right? Or sometimes even if you just like.
One time I did that in 3rd grade. And he was like, just kept talking. I just kept talking to my friends. Yeah, it was pretty funny. It was a cool time.
Like, whisper to the person next to you, like, yo, you got a pencil, like during a lecture. Like, the teacher will be.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI
be on your head and it'll be
Make
like,
it
Billy to the principal's right now. Like, bro, I was just asking for a pencil. What's wrong with that? And what is the principal gonna say? But seriously, some teachers took this rule and just ran with it. Like, there was no winning with them. Like, I would get it if people were like talking like loudly during a lecture, but they're just whispering to each other, asking for a pencil. Like, it's not a big deal. But a lot of teachers make the biggest deal out of anything because they just have that power over the kids and they just want to show some type of authority. I don't know. But it's really sad that some teachers are extremely power hungry to the point where they make like really, really dumb rules. One of my teachers in school dead ass made up this rule. I kid you not, that I can't go to the bathroom in the first 15 minutes of class or the last
Okay,
50.
15 is weird. 5, I get it, because that's when the teacher is kind of done with the lecture and stuff. First 5, last 5, in a way. First 5 minutes you can't go, and last 5 minutes you can't go. You know, so you just want to keep you in the room and keep you more organized and stuff. But 15 minutes, that's like 5 minutes of just straight, like, no bathroom. Like, if you gotta go, like, really bad, they still won't let you sometimes.
Minutes of class, but for some reason I can go in the middle of class. What? If anything, you'd want them to go at the beginning and the end because that's when your lecture is. Like, don't you want kids to pay attention to your lectures, bro? Because if a bunch of kids fail, that's on you. Now you look bad. Not only were the teachers ops, bro, but the principals at my school were also big time oppositions. Now the principal, he was this dude, all right, he was weird going, and pretty much every time at lunch bro would walk around to make sure that people weren't on their phones. Why? Like,
I mean, being on your phone in certain classes is fine. You know, like, being on your phone if you're, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Being on your phone non-academic classes, like lunch maybe, that's fine, because that's when you get a break from the no phones. I'm not saying that you should be on your phone every time at lunch. I think you should be being with your friends and socially interacting with them, but I don't think that you shouldn't, like, you shouldn't be able to not. You get what I'm saying? You what am I trying to say? Whatever.
it's not even class time. Like, who cares? Why do you care if people are on their phones at lunch? And some people can't even
That's what I'm
bring their phones to school. Like, what if an emergency happens? What if they have to call somebody? Are they gonna have to use?
And then they'll say that stupid term. Well, if an emergency happens, you can call your parents on the other phone. No. What if it's like something personal, like some person with the family happens? Then what are you gonna do? Call them on the phone and then have you talk to them out loud about your personal family stuff? No. I don't think you should really be doing that, you know? I think you should just not. I think you should a lot. But I think you should be able to text your parents or guardian, family member, whatever, if an emergency happens. Like, oh, hey, I have an emergency right now. Obviously, you want to be that calm. I have an emergency with the family. I got to call them, blah, blah, blah. And hopefully they'll say, yeah, go ahead. Blah, 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 blah. You know?
Use like the principal's phone? Like, bro, that's embarrassing. Personally, I wouldn't want to use the principal's phone because I wouldn't want them to know all my business. Like, bro,
Exactly.
it's gonna be standing over my shoulder while I use the phone. Like, bro, that's just weird as shit. Like, bro, I really need some privacy out here. But anyways, not only was my principal like lurking around the lunchroom looking for phones, like, bro was the most. Like, at my school, they built like this footbridge over the street, and he like would not allow us to cross the street at all. Like, sometimes bro would be standing down there in like a little cross.
Never had that. Like conductor. I think it's only at big schools, you know, where there's a lot of people. and kids. I think it would make sense.
Cross guard vest, like telling people to go use the bridge. Like, what the? And one of my friends ended up getting detention because he didn't use the bridge. Yes, I'm not even kidding. He got detention for not using the bridge. This school was actually a joke, bro. It was crazy. If anybody that knows me is watching this, I'm sure you guys can agree. Now, there were a lot of rules regarding PDA at my school, right? And it got to the point where people bad. Like, if one of the principals was like walking by, he'd be like, excuse me, you guys are in trouble for public display of affection. Like, they literally just
That's so dumb. Also, I thought he was talking about PSA. I got a story on PSA. Last year, 8th grade. So the PSA went on, telling someone to go down to the office and pick up something or get picked up, and they so I was like, and the principal was in there, and he was like, don't mock them. I didn't mock them. You said the same thing. That's not really mocking, in my opinion. I feel like that's more just copying them, not mocking. Mocking's like a bully. Like, you bully mock someone, you know? You're like, I didn't say it exactly like, excuse me. I said, like, just copied the same thing. I didn't say it in a bullyish way, you know?
gave each other a hug. Like, who cares? But I guess in middle school, hugs were like the craziest thing ever. Like, if somebody gave you a hug, it was on the level of you know what. And if you got a kiss, even better. You were the boss of the school, bro. Like,
what? So on the part where you were hugging your friend.
And it got to the point where people couldn't even hug each other in school. Yeah, it was that bad. Like, if one of the principals was like walking by, he would be like, excuse me, you guys are in trouble for public display of affection. Like, they literally just gave each other a hug. Like, who cares? But I guess in middle school, hugs were like the craziest thing ever. Like, if somebody gave you a hug, it was on the level of you know what. And if you got a kiss, even better. You were the boss of the school, bro. Like, you ruled school. Well, that was at least in my time. And maybe that's
never kissed anybody.
Why they were like, yeah, no affection at all. I started middle school in like 2014, so shit, it's been a hot minute. I have no idea what things are like now. No clue. In high school, they didn't really care as much about that stuff, but in middle school, they were ops about it. It was crazy. Next thing we got to talk about is the school drills. Now, the drills were really stupid. Like, they weren't going to accomplish anything.
School shooter drills. Content warning real quick, because I'm going to talk about something very personal. But I think about those drills when someone brings a gun to the school and it's a student, they know where you're going to be and what you're doing. Because they were there for them. And I think that, well, I mean, it's good to know what to do, but I think hiding in a corner is not really smart to do. I'm not trying to say that it's bad to practice those situations. I think it's weird. But if it's on the off chance that it's just a random guy who's mad and wants to do horrible things and shoot them, I think it'll make more sense to do the drill. You know? But, obviously content warning for that. Rest in peace to any kids who died in those incidents before.
Rolling up to a ball against my locker is not going to keep me safe from a goddamn tornado. Neither is lining up, taking up all that goddamn time during a fire drill. Nah, bro, I'm jumping out the window. Like, I'm not trying to risk getting cooked up, bro. Like, it's just not happening.
Fire drills I can get. Fire drills, I can get those. Because you got to be organized and not running every single place that you can running with a running as a chicken with no head. You're confused, you're running around, you're set on fire, and you go over running and set someone else on fire. That kind of thing could happen. Never happened to
God
me.
forbid if a
but-
school threat pulls up, you really think everybody's going to be safe in one corner? Hell nah, bro. Bro's going to catch hella bodies if we're all in the corner. The best plan of action is to have an escape route. Everybody's got to dip out of the school through the window because bro's going to be looking in the school. He's not going to know. One thing in school that I just could not get over is that we would, for some reason, have exams on Saturdays. Yeah, one of the 2 days we're supposed to have off. We, for some reason, now have exams. Like, bro, on Saturday, I'm trying to wake up, eat cereal, and watch cartoons, bro. I'm not trying to go to school and take some goddamn goofy exam. Like, it's the weekend. Like, just let me enjoy my weekend. I'm not trying to...
I never experienced that again. My school's chill. I think what he experienced, horrible. Doing an exam on a Saturday. Again, I want to be sitting down watching something cool, and not taking an exam. But yeah,
study on a Friday night. Like, to the club, get turned, maybe get offered coke by a homeless guy. There's a lot.
What the flip? That turned pretty fast. Never want that to happen to me. Could have that in it. And also wouldn't even do that.
Of other things I'd much rather be doing on a Friday night than studying for a Saturday exam, bro. And during the exam block, some teachers would really be like, no, you can't leave even if you're done with your exam. You got to wait for everybody else to finish their exam. This happened for me during like my standardized tests. I'm not trying to wait around, bro. I'm trying to go home. My exam's done. It's a Saturday. Like, I'm trying to enjoy my weekend. But no, bro. Instead, they're like, actually, you have to wait for everybody to finish. Like, bro, what if Lil Billy takes like 4 hours to finish? Like, I'm not sitting there for 4 hours. That's crazy if you think I'm sitting there for 4 hours.
And I bet he couldn't use his phone after that, too. After he's done, can't use his phone. Sitting there for 4 hours for little Billy to get done with his exam. He's going to be there for a little bit. I am going to throw this can away in the recycling. I'm a good guy. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back again. Oh, forgot to put that on there. Oh, well, I'm gonna move to a different video now. Oh shoot, I gotta check a post real quick. I'm gonna take off my glasses. Actually, I'm gonna turn the camera first, so you guys don't see what I'm doing with my glasses. Post. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn back my camera on. Hmm. Just looking for some stuff. Ooh, ooh. We should watch an analog horror. Analog horror. Boom! I'm so smart. Yeah. Just trying to pick one that's not too scary, but it's also scary. If it all that's like used up. Oh god, the smile tapes. Not like that. Don't stop. Oh, is that? Oh, okay. They are you serious right now? Temporary footage. This usual to trying to find Pepto Bismol Oreo. The heck? We're not trying to find a good one. Okay, we're gonna do the very first one because that one actually looks like one. I don't like it. Okay. Ooh, don't like it. Ooh, no. Huh? Is this a joke? Is this a joke channel? Can't tell. Ooh, we can do the Don't Stop Smiling analog core. I think that was good. I'm just trying to look for a good one. Don't Stop Smiling. Okay, we're gonna do the one that says do not. Oh. It's good when you see a cap cut. Yeah, we're not doing that one. Want to know why? Because it was made with cap cut. I think it'll be very good. The smile tapes. Don't too scary. I couldn't find any good ones, so. Six most disturbing Okay. Doesn't seem to. Not sure. Okay. Okay.
10th, 2019,
Yeah,
travel
yes,
YouTuber
yes.
Bold and Bankrupt uploaded what seemed like a typical vlog, exploring a forgotten town in Kyrgyzstan. What starts as a quiet walk through the empty streets soon takes an unsettling turn.
Oh,
Я
he's
боюсь.
smiling. Oh shoot, he's smiling. Just looks up, just smiling. I hate that. You think like he's been living there for a long time?
Черт! Oh, блин! Hey, you scared me. No, I think I might get out of here. Okay, have a nice one. Здравствуйте, здравствуйте.
It wasn't a dangerous encounter, but it left behind a lingering unease. Because when
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a more friendly, squatter, and it's an abandoned town, so I guess it's gonna be people are gonna be more lenient on explorers than other places where there's less abandoned buildings, like cities with abandoned buildings. That was creepy. They're gonna be more protective if it's in a large area.
exploring abandoned places, you never really know who or what might be silently waiting in the darkness. And in the next case, that uncertainty almost turns. In June 2025, urban explorer Urbex Hill, real name Chris, posted a video documenting his exploration of Cleveland's Rockefeller building. Once a thriving office tower, the building had fallen into limbo after years of failed redevelopment efforts.
Is that where it is, or is that
By 2022, it was.
Dang. So that whole building, because of what?
Fallen into limbo after years of failed redevelopment efforts. By 2022, it was fully abandoned and quickly became a hotspot for break-ins, vandalism, and worse. At first, Chris thought it would be just another routine exploration, but things quickly took a darker turn.
Oh, that gave me the shivers right there.
Wow, those are all bullet holes. People really in here shooting.
Oh, that's a 9mm casing. Ooh, that's not good. It's very not good, actually, because that means someone got shot.
It's a 9mm. That's crazy. There's people literally shooting in this building.
The bullet casing he just found is only the beginning, and as he continues further.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy too, because like there's people shooting, and that looks like a pretty busy place to be. And why am I taking off my glasses? I don't know, man. And I would think that people would notice and call the cops. No, don't think so, because if that happened, surely the city would probably destroy the building.
Further into the building, the signs of what's coming next begin to pile up.
Bro, more bullet casings.
Oh, shoot.
Look at that. Somebody's been up here recently. Smells like cigarettes in here. Somebody was like using needles up here too, it looks like.
No.
It's interesting. Shit, what is that noise? Sounds like an alarm. Somebody's here. Listen to that.
As Chris moves deeper inside, he hears voices echoing through the halls. Assuming they're fellow urban explorers, he decides to approach. But what he expects to be a harmless encounter quickly takes a sinister turn. The audio cuts out during the exchange, but the situation is clear. These aren't explorers, they're scrappers, and they don't want any company. One even threatens to shoot Chris if he doesn't leave. He immediately retreats, descending several floors to escape the confrontation.
He said he was gonna shoot him too. No, that's an adrenaline rush too. You get that fight or flight. Someone comes up to you, like in the same building. I'll shoot you if you don't come out of here. Fight or flight right there. He obviously shows fight, but people who are not really, how do I put this, putting with protection on them, with the gun, firearm, could get pretty bad, man.
For a brief moment, things seem calm again, but just as Chris starts to feel safe, he hears voices behind him, getting closer and closer.
Okay. Ooh, I could hear.
Chris doesn't realize it yet, but what started as a casual exploration is about to become a fight for survival.
So they're arguing. Ooh, that's not good. If they're arguing, and later on we're gonna hear gunshots. I think the other scrappers might put two to two together. They might. One of them probably dead. I can see how people didn't hear it outside now, because did you hear how quiet that was inside? It also matters on the mic quality, but still, barely even hear it.
Fearing for his life, Chris rushes through the dark halls, desperately searching for a way out, knowing the scrappers aren't far behind. Finally, after tense moments navigating the darkness, exit and leaves the building. But this was far from the only chilling encounter Chris had experienced.
Oh, that's scary. Like, you hear him arguing, boom, ah, boom, ah. That means like they don't care what's about to happen. They see you, you're dead, And if he doesn't have a gun on him, even worse, Even if he did, it would also be a pretty bad situation he would be in. Because he's trespassing, he shouldn't be there. Someone comes up with a gun, he can't really call the police.
Experienced while exploring abandoned buildings. Back in June 2022, Chris visited another eerie Cleveland location, the Westinghouse factory. Shut down in the 1970s, it spent decades falling apart until what's left feels abandoned. And on that day, what Chris found inside would leave viewers questioning.
Dude, I thought, do you see that right there? I thought that was a face.
Haunted than abandoned. Would leave viewers questioning what or who could have been watching him the whole time.
Is she texting someone behind your back? A single
Hey, y'all, let's do this. Somebody shoot.
Where is this? Like, I don't catch where this was.
Abandoned buildings. Back in June 2022, Chris visited another eerie Cleveland location, the Westinghouse factory. Shut down in the 1970s, it spent decades falling apart until what's left feels more haunted than abandoned. And on that day, what Chris found inside would leave viewers questioning what or who could have been watching him the whole time.
All right, y'all, let's do this. Hear somebody shooting.
That's scary. Like, in the distance, you hear someone shooting. That would be scary. I can't even, think of, hearing that, because that's scary, really experience that often. I don't, gunshots aren't really a scary factor. That's like great. You're gonna need it later on. Dude. Oh, that's it.
Immediately upon stepping inside, Chris senses something is off. Graffiti covers the walls. Trash lies scattered across
Dang, how did they?
this.
How did
Proof
they
that
get
someone has been with every turn, Chris feels less certain
That's people who sacrifice. I'm not very Christian, but I know that means
inside. Chris senses
matter what-
something is off. Graffiti covers the walls. Trash lies scattered across the floors, and there's even a dirty mattress. Proof that someone has been living here. The factory is like a maze.
I mean,
With every turn, Chris feels less certain he's alone, and soon he stumbles directly into something deeply unsettling.
Mm.
This place is so wet.
Oh, I saw this before. Yeah, this guy right there, sitting there, and then I think later on, he just disappears.
Hey, I got some money for you.
Just gonna give him money too. Yeah, I'll be freaked out. I'm gonna skip over this one because I already seen it.
In more chilling encounter.
You don't like the audio.
Feeling unsettled, Chris decides it's time to leave. He starts making his way back, and not long after exits the factory, with the video ending there. But 3 years later, curiosity draws Chris back to the factory once again, unaware he's about to have an even more chilling encounter.
This is where I saw that dude at. This is where that homeless dude was standing. Standing right here. Probably came from those stairs. Right there.
Within minutes of returning, he finds himself standing exactly where the mysterious man had once stood, silently watching him. Later, Chris enters a narrow corridor, completely unaware that something disturbing is about to happen.
There's got to be somebody in here.
I think I'm gonna. Sorry, but I'm tired. I don't want to stream anymore. Oh, yeah. Bye bye.